Aha! In 1903, the state government of Ohio planned in Clifton a mental hospital in a small town. The small town of Clifton has a population of over 300, and mainly elderly women. It's a quiet little town. Therefore, the locals heard that the Zhou government was going to establish here in a mental hospital. Resolutely oppose. They believe that if a mentally ill person escapes, their lives will be endangered. I hope the Zhou government can. The location of a newly considered mental hospital. However, the Zhou government went its own way. It is still decided to build the mental hospital here. And not only that. In fact, from the very beginning, he's more than just a mental hospital. There is also a prison built in addition. It became known today as Rodin Prison. In 1904, a bus full of prisoners on the way to Lowtown Prison. A sudden car accident. The driver tried to avoid a rabbit that had rushed into the road. I slammed the steering wheel until the whole car turned over several times. Most of the prisoners were injured. Those prisoners who were not injured took the opportunity to escape into the nearby woods. The local police were dispatched immediately. Pursue these escaped prisoners. Due to the large number of people, the forest is extensive. It took them months before most of the prisoners were arrested. But 2 fugitives were still caught, Marcus and Douglas respectively. As the police continued their pursuit of the 2 men, found something strange. So let's start with this. They found a large number of dead rabbits in the forest. These rabbits weren't half-eaten raw. It's just been shredded. It was horrific. The police believe that. Here are 2 prisoners running out of food. Kill the rabbit. Shock from this time. The 2 of them had the title Rabbit Man. And then something horrible happened. The police followed. Marx's body was found. He died with a terrifying expression, like seeing a ghost. The same eyes and mouth are open wide, holding a similar ancient human in his hand. The kind of stone axe used. At the front is a sharpened stone. At the back end, it's a cake made of sticks. Some people say it was in the woods that he saw the wandering ancient dead. Ling was also said to have killed too many rabbits. Revenge by the rabbit elf. The police believe that as long as you find Douglas, you can figure out what's going on. And in the pursuit of Douglas, more. The source of the half-eaten rabbit corpse appeared. The manhunt lasted a month. Still haven't found Douglas' whereabouts. The police suspected that he had escaped from the woods. Just quit. Focused the search on the town. Douglas never showed up. just as the police were about to ignore the case. One after another, residents found it on the street. Half-torn rabbit carcass. No one saw who released the body. And the residents were talking. Very scared. The police patrolled the streets for several days. But no suspicious person was found. Halloween 1905. A group of young people run to a local square to eat, drink and have fun. Celebrate the festival. Midnight. People are leaving. But the next morning, 3 men and women participating in the carnival. He was found dead in the square. They were choked by ropes and fell to the tree. Throats were slashed. The front chest is cut from top to bottom. The heart, lungs and other organs are exposed. Further police investigation revealed that the wounds to their throats and chest, when Marcus died in turn, caused by the kind of stone in the hand. From this, it is speculated that this is the case committed by Douglas the Rabbit. The police again confronted Douglas. An extensive search was launched. But he hid his whereabouts again. Disappeared for a year. Until everyone has forgotten about it. Halloween reappeared the following year. Rabbit homicide. It was Halloween in 1906. 7 young people came together to celebrate. By midnight, one of the women, Hatera, was exhausted, left first, and the next day, the remaining 6 young people were found mysteriously dead. Same as last year's deceased, hanging from a tree. Throat and chest were cut open. Miserable death. Hatera was notified to cooperate with the investigation. When he returned to the scene and saw the bodies of his friends, she passed out. When he woke up, confusion begins. Everyone said they saw it that night and suddenly appeared. In Hatara's confession was inconsistent. Logical confusion. The police again found some of the deceased. Found what appeared to be his long blonde hair. And the rabbit man said it could not be confirmed. He was accused of being a murderer and went to Luodun prison. After Hatera was locked up, and there was silence for years. Until 1913, when the verdict was suddenly reversed again. This time, it was to kill 9 young people in the same way. And hoisted. The occurrence of this case indirectly proves Hatara's innocence. At the insistence of the Hatera family, the court acquitted him after a retrial. Immediate release. However, the death of friends. It dealt a huge mental blow to Hatera, coupled with years in a repressive prison. After being released from prison, Hatera has been unable to adapt to society. His family had no choice but to send him back. In Lawton prison. It was also a mental hospital that took him in. Tara spent the rest of her life here. Died in 1953. The rumors about Katara's death are also more sinister. He seemed to have seen something harmful before he died. Eyes wide open. The mouth is also very open. Fist with both hands. The whole body spasms. About this, the official explanation was that he had nightmares and was frightened. Died of heart failure in his sleep. And the people didn't buy it. Then again, 1913. After the case, Xiaocheng has returned to the bottleneck life of the past. Until 1943. 30 years later. It's the same thing again. 6 teenagers were killed. Police investigation, still no follow-up. 1976. 3 young people were killed in the same manner. The perpetrators of these cases were never caught. Neither the police nor the local people will be blamed on the rabbit. The last Bunny Man murder took place in 1987. The victim was a young woman named Jenny. He was with 4 friends on Halloween. Let's go to the place where the murder took place. Because there have been many sudden murders. Many local people are afraid of this place. Jenny and the others were unlucky at all. Sudden rumor. Especially on Halloween night. Meet here after 11 o'clock. The group waited until 12 o'clock without any abnormalities. It's boring for me to say it's okay. I don't know if it's to scare him or to make him feel interesting. His 4 friends began jumping in and out of the grass and yelled, deliberately create an atmosphere of terror. Surprisingly, Jenny, who used to be very brave, suddenly became timid. Seems really scared. Run out. Running. Running. He felt the cries of his friends behind him become more and more terrifying. It doesn't sound like their own anymore. I don't dare to go back and run forward. Accidentally stepping on a stone. The whole person fell to the ground and fell unconscious. When he woke up, there was silence. He looked around. Friends are gone. Jenny called their names and didn't respond. He was terrified. Crazy ran home. The next day, Jenny, who was still in shock, went to find a friend. Ask what happened last night. A few went away and were told that their friends didn't come back all night. True medical essence. I'm going to take my friends' families to the scene to look for it. But I heard it happened there. They rushed over to take a look at the murder case. Several friends were all hung from trees. Jenny, recalling the night, said, I felt that something was wrong with my mental state at that time. It's like being influenced by a powerful force. Just very depressing. Afraid to flee that place quickly. None of these cases ended up finding the murderer. And in terms of time span, the murderer can't be the same person. Some people analyze this. The collective cases behind should be copycat crimes. But there's a local saying. Not long after Marcus died, Douglas is also dead. He was run over by a train because it was unrecognizable at the time. Hard to identify. After multiple investigations, plus next to the corpse, found a picture of the one Marcus was holding when he died. Like a stone axe. It was confirmed that the deceased was Douglas. So people have doubts. The rabbit killer is not a real person. It was Marcus. After Douglas died, the revenge of their ghosts. Finish these stories. Hey, the sleepless nights will continue for a while. Aha.